It's your boy Zesty215 back with another video. This week is our week 3 team builder / battle for the UTBL season 1. This week we're going against the Munchlaxters United, coached by Vanilla, and his team is very tricky, but his team consists of Infernate, Toxapex, Amoongus, Florigus, Araquanid, Peloswine, Tornadus T, Jolteon, Gliscor, Volibee, Mega Aggron. And as you can also see, he recently picked up 2 mons that are legal this week for week 3, which is Toxapex, and Volibee. So before he had Adzelf and Feral Seed. So with his team, it's kind of tricky. I went into the battle thinking that he is going to be running a triple Regen team. That's what I was going in thinking that he was going to be bringing Amoongus along with Tornadus T, along with Toxapex, which was going to be a triple Regen team. So that's what I went in planning for hard, because those 3 plus Mega Aggron can really be a problem for, I think, any team. So the 6 that I thought he was going to bring was Mega Aggron, Tornadus T, Amoongus, Toxapex, Infernate, and Infernate was going to be his sweeper and his win con. He was just going to wear everything down with the triple Regen mons and then just bring in Infernate and finish everything off. So that's what I was thinking. And his 6 mon can easily be Gliscor, because he knows that I have Victini and I have bought it for the last 2 battles, so most likely it's going to come again, and Gliscor could be a good check for Victini. So those are going to be the 6 that I think he brings. So hang on, stay with me. Sooner or later, just hang on. Next you're going to see my team. I'm back, and as you can see, this is the 6 that we're going to be bringing. First, we're going to start off with Heliolisk, who is running choice specs this week, and it's also running dry skin, just because there was no real other ability I wanted. Plus, I thought dry skin would be a good move to run and be able to switch in on the Toxapex, just in case, because he's most likely going to run Scald, Baneful Bunker, the protection move that also can poison, Toxic, and Recover. I think those are going to be the 4 he's going to bring. So at least with the Scalds, he won't be able to do much. Well, he won't be able to do anything, and I'll just be healing up off that. So I'm bringing Thunderbolt, Hyper Voice, Surf, and Volt Switch. The Thunderbolt is on there, obviously, for the Toxapex, because like I said, this thing is most likely going to be in on the Toxapex. And the Hyper Voice is on there just because it is stab, and it does about 50% to his whole team. Surf is always there just as a good move, because I feel as though it's very, very useful. And Volt Switch is to help create some momentum, because I definitely think that's going to be needed in this game. We're definitely going to need to create momentum, because with the Regen teams, he's going to constantly have momentum. 81 EV spread is 81 in the HP, 175 in the special attack, and 252 in the speed, and it's also a modest nature. Heliolisk outspeeds most mons on his team, so I didn't need it to be a speed nature, and I also didn't even need it to be choice scarves. Next we have our Bulky Empoleon, who I believe is going to be our MVP this season. It's been coming to every game so far, because it's just always found a way to make a spot on the team. It's running Scald, Toxic, Protect, Knock Off. This is also another check for the Toxapex, knocking off the Black Sludge, so it won't be able to, and then just trading Scald for Scald, because he won't be able to Toxic me because I'm still type, but I won't be able to Toxic him either. So we'll be doing Scald for Scald, and I'll have my leftovers, and he won't have his Black Sludge, so I will win out on that battle. 56 in the HP, 152 in the defense, and 200 in the special D, and it's also running a bold nature. Next we have our Confragigas, and this is the mon that's going to be, if he brings Amoongus, then perfect. But if he doesn't bring Amoongus, then we're pretty much going to be playing 5-on-6, because this is strictly here for Amoongus. People who bring in Amoongus typically like to do one thing, and that's they just like to click Spore. So when he brings in Amoongus, I'm most likely going to say, hey, he's going to go Spore. He's going to go Spore. So I'm going to hard switch out to Confragigas. He's going to spore me. I'm going to be sleep, but that's perfectly fine because then, as you can see from the moveset, we're just going to be running Sleep Talk, Calm Mind, Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball. Now, if we can get up +2, Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse will be doing massive damage to most of his team. And like I said, it's not really offensive build. It's 252 in the HP, 100 in the defense, 156 in the special D, and it's a bold nature. Just because with the constant, most likely, if we can get Calm Mind up, like I said, if we can get Calm Mind up with this EV spread, just hit it twice and be +2, we'll be in a great position. But the major thing we need to happen is we need him to bring Amoonguss. If he doesn't bring Amoonguss, then Kafri Gigas is pretty much just Death Father. So that's how we're going to play it. Next, we have Mammal Swan running Life Orb, Thick Fat. It has knockoff, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, and Earthquake. Earthquake can do a lot to his team. Knockoff is because his team can run so many different items. Definitely like that Infernate can just run Choice Band, Choice Scarf. I just rather just knock off as many items as I can, so that way I can start to play that way. It has 31 in the HP, 168 in the attack, 185 in the defense, and 124 in the speed. Now this spread is set so that we are able to outspeed any other base 80s that he has on his team, but at the same time we were also able to get a little bit more, and we didn't need to go max attack to be able to do. I think about this EV spread puts all his mons at +2 range, so +2 Earthquake, or +2 Icicle Crash. It puts it in range to bring it down. Like if I hit Earthquake will put everything in range to just be Ice Shard. So we were able to not have to go max attack, and we were able to cut back on that and put more EVs into our defense and get a little bit more bulky that way. So we are running 185 in the defense. Next is our lead of the team. It's running an Avagavu Berry. It's Archeops. He's running Head Smash, Acrobats, Taunt, Stealth Rocks. I just love this mon, even though it has such a bad ability. I just love it so much. It has 76 in the HP, 180 in the attack, 252 in the speed, and it's a hasty nature. I did have to run a speed nature on this to be able to outspeed his team. So, like I said, it's going to be our lead. Most likely he's going to switch out, unless he leads with Toxapex. He's most likely going to switch out, so that way we're always going to be able to get our Stealth Rocks up. I don't see him bringing a Defog. Well, he would have to bring a Defog if he brings Tornadus T. But if he doesn't bring Tornadus T, then I'm going to most likely guess that he's not bringing a Defogger because he doesn't really need it. But if he is bringing Tornadus T, then he has to bring a Defogger because he can't keep switching in and out Tornadus T because it's going to constantly take that 25% damage. But this thing is really just on here just to kind of like nuke whatever mon is in front of it, because Head Smash, if we Head Smash anything, except for the Aggron, I think the Aggron we only do like 20% to, but if we Head Smash anything, we do half recoil, so that's going to bring us down to our Avagavu Berry, and then that's going to give us more health. But since we are no longer have an item, Acrobatics goes from doing 55 base power to double, so we'll be doing 110 base power, and it's 100% accurate, and it's getting stabbed from Archeops. So that's the plan. Head Smash, get rid of our item, go into Acrobatics, and just keep clicking Acrobatics until it dies, because it's really just, that's what it's here for. We want to take out as many things, or at least put damage on as many things as possible until Archeops die. And Taunt is actually on there because I feel as though if he does leave with his Mega Aggron, he's going to most likely want to go for Rocks, or Rock Polish, so Taunt's on there just to prevent any of that. So that's the team. Stick with me. Next, you're going to see the battle. Okay, so this battle is post-com. So I'm just going to let you know what I was thinking as the battle was going on. So immediately when we loaded up, when I got in touch with Vanilla and we put our teams in, and immediately when I saw his team, I immediately just kind of gave him the win in my head. Just because, like, Confrigigas, like I said, is completely useless now because he did not bring Amoonguss. So now that's just Death Father. And even though, yeah, Death Father is sometimes nice to have on the team but there's just so many things that I honestly could have planned better for. The Arachnid, I did not think he was going to bring. I did not think he was going to use. He wanted to use webs. The Florius, I was not expecting that, and that's also really puts Empoleon in danger, because Empoleon, like I said, really just wanted the toxic things and kind of just stalled everything out. But now Florius, being with aromatherapy, can change all of that. And he did bring the Gliscor to check the Victini. Like I said, I was really hoping he went with the Regen team, thinking that, hey, there's no way someone can break the Regen team. But he went a different way. So the battle started. I led with Archeops, and he led with Arachnid. Now, like I said, Head Smash would have destroyed that thing. He switches out to the Aggron. He goes Mega. I go for Taunt because I know he wanted to go for Stealth Rocks. As you can see, we stopped that. I get up my own rocks, and he goes for Aqua Tail. So immediately he destroys Archeops, which is not what I wanted. I won't even lie. I didn't even check to see if Mega Aggron could get that move, but apparently it could. So it's not what I wanted. I at least wanted Archeops to get one kill and then have two other mons, with damage on them. But at the end of the day, that didn't happen. Only one mon had some damage on it. So we're already in a bad position. During this moment, I tried to get myself back into the game, because like I said in the beginning, I kind of just gave him the win in my head. So I wanted to get my brain wrapped back around it. So at this point, I was like, hey, right now it's looking like he can easily get a 6-0 sweep. So I was like, first goal, get a kill, so that way he cannot get a sweep. So I went to Mamoswine and I hit Earthquake, and it does not kill. So it does about 51%. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He goes for Aqua Tail, does a good amount of damage. Taunts over. He switches out to Arachnid. I go for Earthquake. It brings it down to 38% after Rocks. I go to Empoleon. He goes for Sticky Webs. He switches out to Toxapex. So I'm like, okay, let me knock off the Black Sludge. We did knock off the Black Sludge, and then I just started going for the Scalds, and we were able to get the burn. He went for Toxic, thinking that I was going to switch out, but at this point I'm just staying in, clicking Scald. He goes for Recover, trying to show me that, hey, I can't stall him out. I switch out to Heliolisk, expecting the Scald, but he goes for Toxic. So that was a good read on his part. Now at this point I'm just like, okay, I just got to get rid of this thing. So he goes for Baneful Bunker. I go for Hyper Voice. He switches out. At this point, I go for Hyper Voice because I'm Choice Specs. So we do a good amount of damage to the Florius, but I believe at this point he goes for Synthesis as I switch out to Confergigas, and he clicks Moonblast. I go for Calm Mind. Heal up a little bit with the leftovers. He brings in Toxapex. I go for Calm Mind again, so I'm +2. He goes for Toxic, so now he has Confergigas on his timer too. I decided to get greedy and go for 3 Calm Minds, so now I'm 2.5. I kind of regret that. I should have just went straight for an attack right there, but he brings in Arachnid as I go for the 4th Calm Mind. So I went for 4 Calm Minds because at this point I'm like, hey, this is Deathfather, plus it's on a timer. Let me make the best of it. He switches out to bring in Arachnid, I guess just to sack it, make it Deathfather. He goes for Liquidation, does a pretty good amount of damage. I just go for Shadow Ball to get the kill. So we are no longer getting 6-0, which is good. But at the same time, Comfort Gigas is pretty much dead. He goes for Baneful Bunker. I just go for Shadow Ball, obviously. And I believe, yep, I died to Toxic. So then I bring in Mamoswine. He already uses Baneful Bunker. He has to switch out. I go for Earthquake. We almost killed the Florius, almost. He then goes for Synthesis, and I just keep clicking Earthquake because I was like, hey, there's nothing more I can do. Then I go for Icicle Shard because it was in range, so Mamoswine was able to get the kill. I bring back in Heliolisk because at this point I'm just like, hey, let me just bring in all my mines that are on all my mons that are on a timer, just to see what we can do. He brings in Gliscor. If I can get rid of this Gliscor, we could have won, but it outsped me, and got the kill. So now I bring in Empoleon. He brings in Toxapex. I go for Scald, and it's just kind of like like I just said, I'm just trying to do as much as I can. He goes for Scald. It pretty much does nothing. And even if he did get the burn on me, it doesn't matter because Scald's not a physical attack. He goes for Recover. And then he switches out to Mega Aggron, which is something I was confused about. He switched out. I was like, I don't know why you would do that. So Empoleon was able to kill the Mega Aggron. But then he just goes Gliscor, and at this point, I think he just kills me with Earthquake. Then I have to bring in Victini, who is not scarfed. So then I just died to 2 Earthquakes. So that was the game. So the first 3 weeks of the UTBL have been very fun. We are 2-1. Next week we play a rain team, so that's going to be very interesting. But the rain team's actually like 3-0 right now, so another tough battle. Shout out to Vanilla. His prep was great. I definitely need going forward. I definitely just need to not focus on one aspect of a team. Like, yeah, he has 3 regen mons, but may have not been smart of me just to plan completely around those 3. So this week, we're definitely going to take that into focus when we play a rain team. Obviously, the main job of a rain team is rain, but I don't want to be caught with any surprises. So we're definitely going to plan for the whole team. All right, that was it. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, check the other playlists out, check the comment section out. And yeah, y'all know what it is. I'm out. Deuces.